Hello YouTubers, and just cruising around on a quiet Saturday. The riddle for this video is going to be America Mad. So it translates as American Mountains, and it's not as much an expression but rather something specific. Someone might say, I went on American mountains. So what would they mean with that? Yeah, quiet Saturday. It's just a couple of days before midsummer. So that means a long weekend, because the midsummer holidays fall on Monday and Tuesday, and probably because it's still like 10 something like that in the morning, most people are still passed out drunk, which makes the roads quite quiet. Then again, if I see another vehicle, I need to be wary that they might be a drunk driver. But mostly it's empty roads. And I've just been cruising around a little bit. Didn't even plan on recording, but then I thought that I might do a little treasure hunt, geocaching. There are a few drops coming down, but I don't think it will rain in the next few hours, so I'm not very worried about that. Yeah, there should be some geocaches around here, so I'll just go and see if I'll find any. I haven't been very actively looking for the treasures. There are plenty in Estonia, but I've just been, you know, haven't thought about that. If I've gone somewhere or ridden around, then I always have some kind of purpose. You know, you rarely ride around with no purpose. Today I did, so the purpose came to me now in the form of geocaching. So yes, treasure hunt it is. While I'm riding to the place where I think there will be a treasure, or at least the geocaching portal said there should be a treasure there, I thought I'll ask if anyone has ever done something similar. Have you ever written down or noted down some jokes that happen naturally? Like, sure, you might remember to tell someone today or tomorrow if something happens now, but I had this hobby. I mean, if I hear something very good, I still write it down, but because I don't work in the customer service side per se anymore, I rarely hear these really good things like slips of tongue. Or I was raised very language oriented, and we had lots of word games, or played lots of word games when I was a child. So, you know, language and the precision of how you say something comes more or less naturally to me. And if someone has trouble expressing themselves, or if they have a slip of tongue, then I tend to notice. And at work I used to note down the better ones. I worked in a call center, so we do, well, I still do, I'm just in a different position. I'm in the same company, but which, well, maybe I should check that out too. I mean, it's not spring, so it probably won't be boiling over, but who knows? We have had rains this past couple of weeks every now and then, so maybe. Not likely, but maybe. Yes, it's completely silent right now, but in the spring it boils over so much that the lid is off and water is just coming out all the time. It forms a little pool around it. Here on the information tablet you can see a picture of what that looks like. Yes, it's quite interesting phenomenon, the witch as well. They haven't dug the well any deeper than the actual natural spring that it is on. And the water just, yeah, if there's like spring time and the snow melts and there's lots of rain, then it just starts pushing water out. An interesting phenomenon indeed. But now I should be around where the geocache that I came looking for is. There should be one next to the witch as well too, but I figured I will stick to the idea that I originally had, and I can always come here again because it's not that far from the capital where I live in. Right, let's check out the church first and then try to find the geocache. Unfortunately we can't get in, it's locked, but we can take a look outside. The church was built for the local mansion and is named after the count who owned the mansion. He was Carl Johan Mellin or something like that. And this is Carl's church of Tuhala. I found the geocache. It wasn't difficult to find, but it took some figuring out how to access it. And luckily it's large enough that it has a pen inside, because I don't have my own with me. So that's what we have inside. I think this is a traveling geocache. I'm not 100% sure. So if any of you do geocaching, maybe you can tell me if I'm right or not. This should be the logbook. Quite appropriate looking for the church treasure. And then we have some other stuff in here. What's this? A squirrel with a makeup. Some kind of a pin. I'm not taking any of them because I don't have anything of my own to put in here, so I will just log and leave. Seems that the last people who found it were here just yesterday. Another interesting thing done. And I checked the map, there are no other comparatively large treasures in this area, so as I don't have a pen with me, I'm not in a position to log micro treasure finds, so I think I will not do any treasure hunt today, or any more treasure hunt rather. So the topic I was talking about before was that I kept noting down amusing slips of tongues, or you know, when people couldn't really express themselves well, not only customers but also my colleagues, and I tried to do it as anonymously as possible. Of course, I didn't share it anywhere publicly. That was just for me and, well, maybe for our colleagues to read. But years are going by, and maybe people won't recognize themselves anymore, so if I can remember a couple, I will tell you. One thing that I remember right away is a person describing how they had an accident with their car. They entered the corner and they exited to the ditch. Of the difficult things that you have to do over the phone is if you need to get like a combination of letters and numbers, for example license plates, and people don't know how to say the letters out with words or something, and you need to help them along. And I overheard a colleague trying to get the license plate numbers from a customer, and he's asking, I don't know the other numbers, but the letters were like A, you mean like Alpha? Mm-hmm. Okay, and N like November, and the third one open C. And my colleague from the side said, closed one should be an O. Look at that. Stork family. Their babies are rather big. Even when they're small, they're rather big. Anyway, I think this is it for this video. Thanks for watching. The answers to the riddle, of course, you'll be wanting to know. What do we mean when we say American mountains? Do we mean roller coaster? Thanks for watching, and until next time.